Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first What's New Wednesday of 2025. My name is Katie, and I'm a design educator with Canva, and I will be your host today. So while everyone joins, I would love if the folks joining us live would let me know in the chat where you're coming from, what you're using Canva for. I am always so inspired by our international community of creatives, so I love to see that. I'll let you know about myself. I'm coming from Austin, Texas, and I've been using Canva a lot lately to make presentations, to make training decks for customers, and to work with my internal team within training decks as well. So today is going to have a lot of updates to presentations and a lot of cool things that you can be doing with those. I am so excited to show you. Before we get started, 2 items of housekeeping up top. The question I get more than any other question in the world is, will this be recorded? Yes, it'll be recorded, and we will be putting it on our YouTube channel a few days to a week or so after the live session. So if you can't stay for the whole session, don't worry, you can watch it over on YouTube later. It's actually going to be added to a playlist. So if you're watching this on YouTube now, check out the What's New playlist. It has almost 2 years of What's New features for you to check out. And secondly, we do have a handbook that correlates with this session. If you're watching live, the moderators will show you where to get it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go and grab that in the show description. The handbook is it's what's on the screen right now. It's a copy for you to take with you when you're done or to follow along with me. There's links out to help articles and YouTube videos and just a lot of really good resources. So make sure to grab that. So without further ado, let's meet the topics for today. Okay, first up, we have Dreamlab. Let me know, is there anybody that hasn't heard of Dreamlab or hasn't used it at all? So Dreamlab is a little bit of Canva AI magic. We're going to show you how you can unleash your creative potential for you and your team with a little bit of magic. Then we are going to show you how being on the go does not have to stop you by effectively communicating with your team. If you have the mobile app, you can now record yourself from anywhere in the world. This has been huge for me, and I can't wait to show you. Lastly, we're going to chat about presenting offline and how this is going to help elevate your presentations even when you're not sure if you're going to have Wi-Fi or not. So, that being said, let's jump in. First up, we have Dreamlab. This one is pretty new. It's really cool. So I'm just really, really excited about this one. So let me tell you all about it. Do you ever wish creating stunning visuals for your business was as easy as typing in a sentence? Well, with Canva's new Dreamlab, it pretty much is. Just tell Dreamlab what kind of images you want, and just a few sentences and just a few seconds, you are going to have exciting production quality visuals at your fingertips. So I would like to note just a couple of things, just like with anything AI, or as we call it at Canva, magic. If you're watching this demo that I'm about to do and you don't see Dreamlab, you might be on a team where your admins have turned it off, where they have gone into the permissions and turned off AI features. So just check with your admins if you're wanting to try this feature and you're not seeing it. Another thing I like to note, this feature has been turned off for any users under 13. And then while most of the people joining us and using it will get 500 credits a month, so that is 500 stunning images that you can create each month. If you are on a free plan, your credits are 20 a month. So just be cognizant of that when you're designing. So yeah, why don't we just go ahead and jump in and show you where the magic happens. All right, so now I am in my demo space and I am in a presentation deck that I'm working on. So for the purposes of the demo today, we are going to say that we are a digital marketing firm and we have a new client. They are a home goods store. They have a new line of bowls and they're coming to us for us to put together a marketing campaign, a full sweeping digital marketing campaign to promote their bowls. So I found this deck in Work Kits. If you were in our last session or What's New Wednesday for December, you may remember Work Kits. I found this in the marketing section. I've put it in their brand and I've started completing it for the customer. So, I have our background of our team, who the team is, objectives, and then here I have some blank pages. So what are some ideas we have for the social media? Like, we're going to promote this online. Social media is going to be a part of that. What are some ideas we have for the newsletter? How do we want that to look and feel? And we're going to hire a photographer to do some brand new shots. What are those ideas? So right now you can see this is a blank page. So we are going to use Dreamlab to help us with that. So the first thing I want to show you is I do have some images. Let's say the client has sent me over, here are some of their older social media images. So we can see the coloring of their brand. There's a picture of the bowl. Maybe this is based on an old campaign they ran. So we're going to download those because we're going to use these for reference pictures. Now let's go to our home page. So here we are on the home page, and on the left-hand side, you see Dreamlab. So here we are. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in one of those reference images. So you can upload, if you have images in a folder already saved within your Canva account, you can upload those there. I'm going to upload from my desktop. I'm going to choose this one. And now I want to be as specific as possible when I'm putting in these prompts into Dreamlab. So I am going to paste in a prompt. So I am a campaign manager working on a digital marketing campaign for a home goods store. We are promoting a new line of bowls. Using the photo uploaded, create a storyboard for a social media campaign. Include images of Instagram feed post on mobile images for Instagram stories. The images should be in bright homes with good lighting. Do not include people. Create at least 4 images on the storyboard. I think that's pretty specific. So let's see. Well, actually, first of all, we then want to choose our style and our aspect ratio. I want to keep it in the 16:9 aspect ratio that it defaults to. I'm going to keep it on the smart style that it defaults to, but depending on what you're making, you might want to put it in one of these other styles. Like pop art could be a lot of fun if you are making some really attention-grabbing social media assets. Black and white might also be really good depending on what your product is. But for us, we're just going to go with smart style and let AI figure that out for us. Make some suggestions. So let's create. Okay, so let's look at this one. I really see how it has given me, like, it looks like it's in an Instagram post. And it's given me lots of good different options. The bowl's stacked, the bowl's in different settings. I really like these options. So I'm going to actually click on this and you can either copy or download. I'm going to copy because I'm going to go put this right here. So here is one image for my storyboard. I'm going to do a couple because we really want our social media team to see our vision and have lots of options on what to build off of after that. So I can do this. I can run the prompt a couple more times, just tweaking it a little bit here and there. Let's go ahead and choose another prompt now. So we're going to do basically one that's the same thing, except now we are doing newsletters. Really the only big difference, it's pretty much the exact same prompt, except now I'm saying, we want to make a storyboard for a newsletter that we're sending out to promote a sale on these bowls. And now I've told it, include some violets, like a bouquet of violets or something. I want something really pretty in it. So let's see what it creates for that. All right, here are some options. I like this one because it shows me a couple of different shots of what it would look like on a desktop. Shows me what it would look like on a mobile. So I'm going to copy that one. And now for both of those, I'm going to put in a few more, but just to show you different use cases, we're going to hop into the imagery. Like I said, we are going to hire a photographer to take some really great shots of these bowls in people's homes in different settings for different uses, but we want to get some inspiration before we get started. So I'm going to put a new prompt in here. I'm actually going to go ahead and change my style reference photo to this one that's just of the bowls with the blank background. So I liked the idea of having some more flowers in there. So this is saying, I'm the digital campaign manager, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Create product images of a bowl on a coffee table in a living room full of natural light and cream-colored furniture. The bowl should be full of flowers. A bouquet with pink, purple, and white flowers. Do not include people in the images. All right, that is really pretty, and it's got some furniture in there that complements the color of the bowl. It's well lit. Let's go ahead and put that in there as well. Hit copy. Okay, so I am going to fill this up with a bunch of different examples of these storyboards for social media, for newsletter, imagery, and so on and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to a deck that is more completed with our storyboards, with our imagery, so you can see what it looks like when we let Dreamlab do all of this visionary work for us. Now, here we are back in that deck. So here are my different storyboard ideas for social media, the different ones for newsletters, imagery ideas. I think this is really now going to help me communicate to the client what I was envisioning, and also help me communicate to our social media manager, the newsletter writer and editor, and the photographer, what I'm thinking, what I'm envisioning, without necessarily, spending too much time. From here, if you did want to really make this deck go to the next level, this one really isn't brand new, but I just thought this would be a cool use case. Go over to design and then click on layouts. Magic is going to suggest some layouts for this page that might just look a little bit more elevated. Oh, how about that? And then I could go through and do that to all the deck, or just leave it as it is. So that is just one of many, many use cases I can think about for Dreamlab. So let me know in the chat if this has sparked any ideas for you, and I can't wait to see what creative things you all get into. Now, before we get into the next feature, I do want to quickly call attention to something really cool that you may have missed. Canva has a new What's New hub. This is your one-stop shop to see the newest features within that hub, in between the What's New Wednesdays. We have a link to it in the handbook, so make sure you're grabbing that so you are always staying in the know. So now, on to the next feature. This is a new update that's going to make incorporating videos into your work so much easier. And that is recording on mobile. For me, this has been huge because I am practically always on the go, and my phone is maybe not the most healthy, but it is attached to me at the hip at all times. So now I can so easily put in videos into my designs. I am really excited about this one. In case you didn't know, Canva has some really cool features around recording yourself. Video communication is going to make your messaging land so much better than just text in your presentation or your social media post or your newsletter or website or whatever. Adding video is just going to make it that much more impactful, especially in presentations. But until recently, I had to be at my laptop to use the recording in Canva feature that I love so much. Well, now with this new update, if you have the mobile app on your phone or your tablet or whatever, you'll now have the freedom to create, record, and give your team personalized updates that they deserve wherever you are. So let me show you how you can do that. And for that, I'm going to have to pick up my own phone and we'll jump in there for the demo. So I'm on my home screen and I find the Canva app. And here's my homepage with everything I've been working on lately, just like it would be on my desktop or laptop. So there is my digital marketing campaign that I am going to click on. Now, let's say that I've been working really hard on this presentation for the customer, but I'm actually going to be out of town and on family leave when the presentation happens. I trust my team, but sometimes you just want to put your personal touch on it. And like I was saying earlier, video is so much more effective for that. So I'm going to actually click on this page that says marketing objectives. And so what I want to do is add a personal message for the customer for the page on the marketing objectives. And then at least on the page that starts the storyboards that we've already done, just kind of let them know what I'm doing. And I prefer using my phone for several reasons. One, it's easier for me when I'm on the go, especially if I'm out of town, I might not have my work laptop with me. It's also, I just like the camera on my phone better. So whatever your preference is, this is going to make it so much easier. So we are going to go to the first page that we want to add the video on. We're going to go to uploads and just hit record yourself. And now I am in the video studio. So I do in my office have a little tripod so I can go hands-free. I'm going to set this up, get myself in the shot. Choose your camera that you want and the microphone that you want and hit record. Hi team. First of all, I wanted to say it was such an honor to work on this campaign for you. I can't be there today. I am away with my family. However, it doesn't mean I'm not thinking about you. And I just kind of want to let you know what we were working on and what we were thinking ahead of this presentation. And then I will hand it off to my team. And now I'm going to click on the next slide. And now I'm on the next slide as well. So here are a few storyboards that we came up with of what we're thinking for the social media campaign. The team will explain more of the thought process behind it, but as you can see, there are your brand colors. We incorporated the flowers that you suggested and we were going with the bright decor, and I really think this brings home the messaging for you. So I hope you like it, and I will now hand it off to my team. And then we hit done. All right, and now we are just going to exit. It's going to ask if we want to save or exit without saving. We want to save and exit. And so now it's going to immediately upload those videos into your deck directly. Okay, so you can see the video is in there. So if I am on the go, there's really not much more else I need to do, but I do want to go ahead and switch over now to my desktop to kind of get this formatted the way I like. You can format it all on your phone, but this is just my preference. So now I'm back in my desktop, and here is that video. So I want to maybe detach it from the talking head, maybe remove my background. And then you can see the talking head is over here too. Maybe I want to move that up there, do some of the same like I did with removing the background. So let me go ahead and skip to what it looks like when I've already removed those background and kind of got it formatted. Okay, now here we have the background removed, everything added in how we want it, the video on both slides. And so now when I go to present, so here are a few storyboards that we came up with of what we're thinking for the social media campaign. How cool is that? How easy was that to add in video to any presentation that you're working with? So I hope y'all found this useful, and I hope you can start making your own videos in your presentations or anything from anywhere today. Okay, now we have one more feature that I can't wait to show you, and that is presenting offline. Present whenever, wherever, stress-free. This is going to make presenting with confidence so much easier. So have you ever worried that you've put all this hard work into your slides? You've put in animations, you've put in transitions, but all of that hard work to really wow with your presentation relies on the internet connection of where you're going to be. Not anymore. With the new offline presenting mode, you can present confidently with assurance that every piece of your amazing presentation will be displayed. So you don't need to be connected to the internet. You don't have to rely on spotty Wi-Fi to get your really impressive features to display. I will say that the only thing that doesn't work in presentations, we haven't really gone over it in this session, but you can bake in YouTube videos to be embedded, or like Spotify playlists to be embedded to play directly from decks. For that, you are still going to need a Wi-Fi connection or, a connection to the internet. But for everything else, like the animations, or if you've taken a video from your phone and put it into a presentation, that will still play. So let me show you everything I'm talking about. Okay. We are back once again in this digital marketing campaign. It is complete. It is ready to present. So I got this from the marketing work kit space. And the really awesome thing about all of those presentations in there is they're already going to have all of your animations. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go to full presenting mode. You see how every element on the screen moves in with purpose? Those are animations that were added to this deck. And it's just so much more engaging. And there's my video from earlier. First of all, so that's my video from earlier. So now, if you didn't know if you were going to have internet connection, previously you would need to go to download this, and you would need to download it as a PDF or a PowerPoint or something like that. But then you're going to lose all of those animations, all of those cool things that you can do in Canva. So now I'm going to show you how you can do that without having to have that internet connection. So we are going to go to the home page, and there's that deck right there. So I'm going to hit these 3 dots, and I'm going to hit Enable Offline Presenting. Great. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from my Wi-Fi, disconnect from my internet. Let's give it a second to reset. Great. So as you can see, this one is still clickable since we did disconnect from the Wi-Fi. So we are going to hit present. And as you can see, all of the animations are still in here. And you can even do fun things like hit C for confetti. Go to the next page. You can say, drum roll, please. And everything that was in your presentation before is still going to present live, regardless of if you are online or not. I really think this is a really special feature that is just going to set you apart from everybody else. In case of an emergency, you never know when the electricity is going to go out, when the Wi-Fi is going to go out, and you can still present with confidence. So that is offline presenting. Okay, well, that is it for me today. Before you go, remember, grab that handbook. We have a lot of really helpful resources in there for you. We have links to other events. And we also have Design School. If you're wanting to upskill on your own time, make sure you are checking out Design School. And of course, if you want to see all the different features that we've come out with in like the last 2 years almost, you can head to our What's New playlist over on YouTube. I hope you've all found this helpful, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, everybody.